Oh hey, it's the new and improved Omicron! Time to stock up your essentials. Introducing preservative food! No, not the fermented food. If you've been to certain parts of Asia like Japan, you'll know that you can find cooked chicken breast at like a 7-Eleven sealed in an airtight bag, and it can be kept for roughly 7 days or so, thanks to the preservatives, no doubt. But here in China, they go one step ahead. So when I first arrived in China, I saw these little packages of cooked eggs just on the racks, which I thought was weird, because shouldn't these cooked products be kept at least in the freezer? But then when you look at the best before date, it says that this can be kept for 10 freaking months! I mean, this can't be a normal egg. But since then, I've always wondered, how does these preserved food taste like? Well, so throughout our adventures in China, Q has collected a number of preserved food, and we thought that we should introduce them to you. Now, I'm not talking about your usual kimchi or sauerkraut. I'm talking about fresh food with a shit ton of preservatives added, meant to last you through a zombie apocalypse. So we chose some of those which we thought were interesting and brought them here. So we've got an egg here, fish cake I think, some dried tofu, duck wings, and duck gizzard. Alright, so we'll start off with the easier one, the only lu dan, which is a braised egg. And I'm sure everyone is familiar with this by now, because if you've eaten any form of ramen, this would usually be on top of it. And we got this in March when we first arrived in China, and it has been quietly sitting at the corner for 9 months now. And it's said to be able to last for 10 months, so this is completely safe. But for now, let's explore it. So this is from a brand called Muscle Prince, and it has halogen fragrance. Sounds delicious. Oh my god. I don't know, but the egg doesn't look like an egg because there are some fold marks onto it. I think it's because it's sealed in this airtight packaging and it has imprinted onto the egg itself. But mind you, this has been dormant for 9 months, so it still looks pretty decent to me. The power of preservatives. I'm surprised. But I mean, it does taste exactly how you would expect a braised egg to taste like. You've got the soy sauce, you've got the 5-spice powder, and the texture and feel of the egg itself, it's not too bad. But I do have a problem with it. Because of the preservatives, right, it sucks off all the moisture in your mouth and it gets very dry. So to prevent that from happening, what you need to do is to run down to your nearest supermarket and grab one of these. And it really doesn't matter which brand you get, cause they all taste the same. And this beast of a drink here, it's like the cheapest Chinese wine that you can get. This bottle here literally cost me like 1 yuan. Oh, but the smell. I mean, we should all get used to the smell by now because we've been using a lot of hand sanitizer.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would
I mean, it does the job, like it cleanses the palate, but it also burns off the top layer of everything in your mouth. But let's move on to the next challenge, which is the fish cakes. It doesn't say that it's fish cakes, but I hope that it's fish cakes. But let's see when it expires. It doesn't say when it expires. So guess I'll have to pass on this one. Okay, I'll try it. So don't go. Subscribe, okay? Subscribe. It's a very juicy fish cake. My god, this has artificial written all over it. God knows what it's made of. I'm not sure what are all these little orangey bit Let's give it a go. Oh, it's pretty bouncy. It's very bouncy actually. So bouncy. The weird thing is this feels more like the fish cakes that we have back home in Singapore. Like, it's very bouncy and savory, so I really like it. And I guess it does have some elements of fish or crab in it because of all these orangey bits. Next up, we have the sweet and spicy dougan, which is dried tofu. And this one says that it can be kept for 6 months. Wow, half a year. It's really dense. Like, you can kill somebody with this. Kind of reminds me of my dad's very first Nokia phone. Indestructible. You can tell how much preservatives and flavorings are used because when you open the packages, first, it will be overflowing with some form of shiny, viscous liquid, which no doubt is the preservatives, I hope. And then you'll be hit by this unrealistic fragrance. Like, this smells good. Awfully good. Too good to be true. Wow. Oh my god, it's so hard and dry and dense. Definitely don't get this. Don't ever try this. Alright guys, time to get serious because this contains meat. This is sweet and spicy duck wings. And I realized that Beijing people really love sweet stuff because you'll be able to find sweet and spicy stuff all around. But anyway, this is said to be able to last for 9 months. I mean, isn't that just clever marketing or what? Because get this before pregnancy and eat it after you've given birth. But anyway, it's really cute that the packaging has some form of nutritional fact printed behind. Like, I mean, who's gonna read it if they're gonna get this, right? Oh, it smells like roasted meat. But to be honest, all the stuff that we've had today tastes pretty good, except for that cardboard tasting tofu. How is this duck wings? Again, it's got that very weird crease all over and it's got this plastic edge looking thing. Probably because it's been kept in this airtight bag for quite a while. But it does smell like a pretty decent roasted meat. So let's give it a go, shall we? Wow, it's very spicy. But the meat is super tender, like I wasn't expecting it. I knew I was gonna like this the moment I opened it up. I mean, it smelled like roasted duck, freshly roasted duck. But I wasn't expecting it to be so tender and soft, like it really blew my mind. I wasn't really expecting this. So this one, 10 out of 10. This is the gizzard of the duck. First off, I am terrified of gizzards because they leave a sandy aftertaste in your mouth as you're chewing it, and I don't really like it. But I'm trying to learn how to enjoy it because a lot of Beijing delicacies involve intestine. So much as I would like to have this now, I'm not going to. Because I have a medical condition that prevents me from doing so. And it's called fear. But such is life, right? For the views. And what makes this worse is it doesn't have an expiry date on it. On an intestine packaging. Here goes. Oh my god, this looks like something out of an alien movie. The taste is alright because the flavoring sort of masks a lot of that intestinal taste, but then that sandy after texture, it's still in the mouth. By the way, you can get the entire duck in pieces at the supermarket. Because they not only sell the wings and the intestine, they also sell the duck feet, the duck collarbone, and the duck neck. So feel free to knock yourself out. Get as much as you want. So I think we've come really far from just preserving food with salt. Because these days, we can literally store any food for days or even months without the use of a freezer. But guys, that's the end of this snacking episode. I hope you've enjoyed it. And the next time if you come to China, do try some of this and you better start getting used to it. Cause who knows what the new strain of the virus might do to the world. So you'll always want to be prepared by getting used to eating these condom fish cakes or whatever they are. But for now guys, many thanks for joining us and don't forget to subscribe and stay so thirsty.